Both sides in the Sean Diddy Combs case have until today to give answers for how the music mogul has been communicating from jail.
I was about 15 years old, and I remember him just sitting down with me, being like, this is kind of like what you got to do, Aaron, in your future. And okay, you're a grown man, and when Michael Jackson was alive, you are backing him, you are up his, you are kissing his.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties.
Y'all are not going to believe the absolute chaos that erupted in the courtroom today. Picture this. Diddy's attorney literally stormed out in the middle of everything after some absolutely devastating evidence came to light. I'm telling you, the drama was through the roof. The walls are closing in on our once untouchable hip-hop mogul so fast, it's making everyone's head spin. Every single day, and I mean every single day, brings new shocking allegations that have everyone's jaws on the floor. But wait, because this tea is piping hot, this new evidence, it supposedly connects him directly to all those disturbing claims we've been hearing about. We're talking violent outbursts and these absolutely wild, unsettling parties that would make your skin crawl. The kind of stuff that makes you wonder how he kept it under wraps for so long. And honey, you should see Diddy right now. He looks absolutely shaken to his core as his perfectly crafted public image starts crumbling right before our eyes. These lawsuits are spilling all kinds of tea about him allegedly hitting and abusing people. And now that some victims are finally finding their voice, Chile, the floodgates are wide open. Just watching Diddy's reactions is like watching a real-time meltdown. We're talking pure rage 1 minute to total frustration the next. It's crystal clear that all this pressure is getting to him. I guess all that power and influence can't keep these skeletons in the closet anymore. But hold on to your seats because you won't believe what happened next. Let's break this down because things are looking absolutely terrible for Diddy. Like, seriously, this man just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper. After everything that's come out, you'd think he'd show even a tiny bit of shame and tone down his behavior, right? Wrong. He has literally zero remorse or guilt about any of it. He's only upset because he got caught, not because of what he did. Even when they raided his homes, everyone knew what he was up to, but did he care? Not one single bit.
During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Girl, grab your popcorn because this story just got even juicier. Federal prosecutors just dropped another bombshell that has everyone's head spinning. They're saying Diddy has been breaking all kinds of jail rules, trying to manipulate witnesses and influence potential jurors. The absolute audacity of this man. Like being in jail isn't enough to make him behave? According to Friday's court filing, and trust me, I've read every single word, he's been pulling strings from behind bars like some kind of puppet master. Let's dish about what's happening with the 55-year-old former king of entertainment. He's facing some serious charges that would make anyone's head spin. We're talking racketeering, trafficking, the whole 9 yards. And even though he's pleading not guilty to everything, eye roll. They're keeping him locked up tight in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Why? Because they think he might try to run or mess with the case. Can you blame them? His legal team has been working overtime, filing motion after motion to get him out. But honey, it's not looking good. And let me tell you why. The prosecutors are not having it with his behavior. They're telling the court that everything he's doing in custody just proves why he needs to stay right where he is. They caught him trying to interfere with witnesses and manipulate public opinion. Like, who does he think he is? This case is serving drama for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everyone's wondering just how far his influence really goes. Both sides are gearing up for what's promising to be the legal battle of the century, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The prosecutors are determined to make him face the music, pun totally intended. while his defense team is fighting tooth and nail to get him out. But wait, let me spill the real tea. The prosecutors found out that Diddy's been paying other inmates to use their phone accounts, the nerve, making three-way calls to people he's not supposed to talk to, and get this? He's been directing his family to reach out to potential victims and witnesses. The audacity is simply breathtaking. And if you think that's wild, hold on to your wigs because there's more. They caught him orchestrating this whole social media campaign to influence potential jurors before his May trial. Like, seriously? You're in jail, sir. This isn't some reality TV show you can produce from behind bars.
Why is that not a fair outcome?
What he did here is on a magnitude of unlike anybody else you could imagine.
People are absolutely losing it over Diddy's behavior behind bars. Can you believe this man is facing serious charges of racketeering and trafficking, but still thinks he can run his little PR campaigns and mess with witnesses? The audacity is simply off the charts. Like, who does something like that? He's literally orchestrating social media posts, reaching out to witnesses, and trying to control his public image from jail. Has anyone ever seen anything this brazen? The level of control this man thinks he has, even from a prison cell, has everyone's jaws on the floor. People can't stop talking about how he's acting like the rules just don't apply to him. Now, some of the super juicy stuff in the evidence is redacted. Don't you hate when they do that? But what we can see is absolutely mind-blowing. They've got these recordings of calls between him and his adult son that'll make your skin crawl. The prosecutors are saying these weren't just innocent father-son chats. Oh no. They're claiming it was all part of some calculated plan to blackmail victims and witnesses into either keeping quiet or spinning stories to help Daddy Dearest. And this is the gag. They caught him on tape telling his sons to destroy evidence. The nerve.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay.
Girl, these revelations just keep getting messier and messier. The prosecutors are spilling all the tea about how he's breaking prison rules left and right, tampering with witnesses, and trying to manipulate the jury before his May trial. It's giving desperate vibes, and honestly, I am living for this drama. But here's where it gets even spicier. When his team tried to get him out on bail, denied. And not just once, honey. This is the third time they've tried and failed. The court basically looked at them and said, nice try, but absolutely not. The judge wasn't buying what they were selling about keeping him in some fancy Upper East Side apartment with 24/7 security. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, really thought he did something when he suggested moving Diddy to this luxurious 3-bedroom apartment with Patriot security watching his every move. They even promised he'd only communicate through his legal team. But baby, the judge saw right through that smoke and mirrors. The prosecution wasn't playing around. They straight up said there's no way to guarantee anyone's safety if Diddy gets released. And can we talk about this private security situation? The prosecutors were like, are you kidding me? They spilled the scalding hot tea about how Diddy can get anyone to do his bidding. Employees, family members, even other inmates. Like, the power this man still has is honestly frightening. Let me tell you about this wild court hearing on November 22nd. Prosecutor Christy Slavic did not hold back. She said, and I'm quoting this because it's too good, he is paying his way out of custody and continues to flout the rules. He is a risk of flight, a danger to the community, period. The way she dragged him.
And then sometimes when Kim lived on 70th something street, and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear the in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim would be in the house. And it's always about where she was at or who she was dealing with.
And just when you thought the tea couldn't get any hotter, let me spill what happened with Kim back in the day. When she was living on 70-something street, people would hear the most shocking things coming from that hallway whenever Diddy would show up. The drama was always about where she was or who she was seeing. The control issues were next level. And here's the truly terrifying part. If he's already pulling all these strings from behind bars, just imagine what he could do if they let him out. It's actually scary to think about. Like, if he's already orchestrating all these campaigns and trying to pressure witnesses from jail, What wouldn't he do with actual freedom? But hold on to your seats because this next part is absolutely wild. A fashion designer named Bana Bongolan just filed this shocking lawsuit in Los Angeles claiming that back in 2016, Diddy literally dangled her from a 17th floor balcony. You read that right, 17th floor. This allegedly went down at Cassie's apartment and the details are absolutely chilling. According to the lawsuit, Bana only weighed about 100 pounds at the time, and Diddy just overpowered her like it was nothing. She was literally fighting for her life, throwing her weight back, doing anything she could to avoid being thrown over. When Cassie came out to try to stop it, they say Diddy pulled Bana back over the ledge and slammed her onto the patio furniture. Of course, Diddy's people are trying to deny everything, telling the BBC that anyone can file a lawsuit regardless of evidence. But honey, with all these allegations piling up, something's not adding up. Miss Bongolan is suing for $10 million, saying this was just one part of all the terror and abuse she had to deal with while working with him on projects like his clothing line and album covers. The truly shocking part? According to the lawsuit, Miss Bongolan says she still doesn't know what triggered the alleged incident. And this isn't just a one-off thing. She's saying it was part of a whole pattern of threats, intimidation, and violence that started from the very first day she met him. Like, imagine living with that kind of fear. And let's not forget about that absolutely horrifying video showing him hitting Cassie in broad daylight in a hotel lobby. The audacity to do something like that in public. If he's willing to do that where everyone can see, just imagine what happens behind closed doors. It's giving serious red flags. So what do you think about all this drama? Is karma finally catching up with Diddy? Comment down below and let us know. If you're living for this tea like I am, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover all the juicy secrets of your favorite celebrities.